All right, folks, Samori Benjamin here at Yankee Stadium before the Yankees take on the Houston Astros. Right now, I'm being joined by Houston Astro Jon Singleton. Jon, thanks for joining me before this game, man. Really appreciate it. Now, I know you're from the California area. Which part of California are you from, and how did you get into the game?
From Southern California. Grew up in Long Beach. When I was young, I grew up going to a lot of Dodger games.
A lot of Dodger games. Were you into the football, basketball also?
I was huge when I was younger. I was a huge Dodger fan. I was a huge Lakers fan, yeah.
Okay. I mean, so yes, in terms of baseball and getting interested in it, just how did you first just get interested in the sport?
Honestly, it started when I was going to Dodger games. From there, it just carried on, Started playing catch, started hitting baseballs, and it just progressed.
Cool, man. And how did you end up going to Dodger games as a kid?
Most of the time, went with my father. Went a few times with my grandfather as well. So, definitely some fond memories.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I know that. So I'm sure, awesome. Your father and grandfather had a big influence on you becoming interested in the game. So I guess they were huge baseball fans as well. How much of an impact would you say they had on you learning baseball and getting forward in the game?
My dad definitely had a big influence. There was a lot of weekends we spent at the park. Hitting VP, taking ground balls, stuff like that. So a huge influence.
Did you have favorite, in terms of baseball with the Dodgers, favorite Dodger player?
I wouldn't say I had a favorite, but I definitely liked when the Giants came to town to play the Dodgers. A big rivalry, and I finally remember Barry Bonds getting booed a lot.
Yeah. And you're a lefty, and a power guy, so I don't know, being a Dodger fan, you may not have been a huge Barry Bonds fan, but I'm sure you're probably somebody who maybe influenced you as a hitter. I know you were drafted in 2009, right?
Correct.
So that was when Barry Bonds had just exited the game. Yeah, I mean, and Dodgers, I know they didn't win any championships when you were coming out, but do you have just a moment from being a Dodger fan that's most memorable to you?
Definitely, my most memorable moment as a Dodger fan, I went to a Jackie Robinson Day baseball game. I think they were playing Seattle. At this point in time, there were only a few players who wore the number 42, but it was definitely one of the more memorable experiences I had at a Dodgers game.
That's cool. I mean, so you said you were a Laker fan too, so I'm sure Kobe and Shaq, that was your childhood and all that.
Definitely.
So what was it like? I'm from New York, so my team, I'm a Knicks fan.
Right.
I never seen them win a championship at all. So you saw the Lakers win, 5? You seen Kobe and Shaq and them win 5.
Yep.
So how was that for you just growing up being a Laker fan?
It's huge. I remember whether I was coming from practice or going to a game, I definitely remember, listening to the Laker game on the radio. So they won a lot of championships, played a lot of good basketball. It was a lot of fun.
Cool, man. And they have LeBron now, who I think is the best player of all time, but that's another day. So now you're a big guy. Did you play football at all?
I did not.
Okay. Did you ever have an urge to, or no?
I wanted to, but it wasn't really in my cards.
Right. Got you. Okay, so playing baseball in Southern California in high school and all that, what was that like?
Pretty much all year round, because there's great weather in California. So from the time spring started all the way until Christmas break, it was a lot of baseball being played.
Yeah, and so I'm sure you probably definitely put up some big numbers growing up and all that. At what point did you really think that you had a real shot at making it to the major leagues?
I think I kind of had an idea. I always wanted to be a Major League Baseball player since I was a little kid, but I think I started to have an idea once I got to maybe my sophomore, junior in high school. That's when I started to take things a little more seriously.
Now, okay, so you get drafted in 2009 and by the Philadelphia Phillies, and they were really good at that time. They had just won the World Series the previous year, and that year, at the end of that year, they made the World Series again, actually played the Yankees here. So what was it like for you just being drafted to the Phillies at that time in 2009?
It was great. My first experience with pro ball, it was definitely eye-opening, to see how professionals go about their business and things like that. They had a great ball club at that time, so it was very exciting.
Did you get a chance to meet Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard at that time when you were in the minor leagues?
I did. There were a few occasions where we had a chance to kind of meet, talk, and just just kind of talk about baseball.
That's cool. I mean, so how was the minor leagues for you, like early on in your career? I guess when you first get drafted, and you get in there and experience that, and then I know you were traded to Houston about 2 years or so into your minor league career. So how was that for you?
I mean, it's a lot of baseball. You know, you wake up, you eat, sleep, breathe baseball. So that's one thing that you have to adjust to. But other than that, I mean, it's been a great experience. You know, all the traveling, get to experience different ballparks, different cities. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, and so I know you made your MLB debut in 2014 with the Astros there. So what do you remember about making your major league debut 10 years ago now?
Yeah, wow, it was a long time ago. I just remember I was extremely nervous. I can definitely tell you that, but it was a lot of fun. You know, it was kind of like a dream come true moment for me. You know, when I was able to finally take the field on a major league ballpark.
Which team was it against?
The Angels.
The Angels, okay. And who did you get your first major league hit against?
His last name was Shoemaker.
Shoemaker.
I think it was a home run on a 3-1 count.
Okay. Yeah. Nice, man. Nice. Now, so you played with Houston for 2 seasons, right? 2014 and 15.
Yeah.
And 2015, you all faced the Yankees in the playoffs in that 1-game elimination. Were you a part of that?
Yeah,
okay.
I was.
So what do you remember? I remember watching that game and seeing the Yankees get shut out, and Keuchel was on the mound for you guys. And what do you remember just about being here for that night, for that game?
It was a lot of fun. It was my first time in a playoff experience, you know, at a major league level. So it was definitely a very, very exciting moment for me.
Okay. Now I know after that you ended up going to Mexico, playing Mexico for several years. So how did you end up leaving MLB and going to Mexico?
So I actually walked away from baseball for a few years, you know, to raise my family and kind of be around home a lot more. I wouldn't say I fell out of love with baseball, but I felt a certain kind of way about baseball, so it was best that I step away. But getting back into baseball, going to Mexico was probably one of the more fun things I've ever did in baseball. You know, anytime you get a chance to experience baseball in a different culture, in a different country, it's a lot of fun.
So, what year was that you went back and played in Mexico?
2021.
Okay, so about 3 years ago. Okay, so what made you decide to get back into it, and just what was the plan like and the everyday life like in Mexico?
I mean, at some point, you know, I wanted to play baseball again. I didn't know where to go or how to go about it. There were a few people that reached out, and I ended up, you know, signing a contract to go to Mexico. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there's some great cities that we get to travel to in Mexico. You know, Tijuana, Cancun, Mexico City. These are all great places to play, and it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see Mexico had a lot of talent. They were in the World Baseball Classic like last year, and they got very far, I think, to the Final Four round. And so you played there for about 2 years. So, and then you end up with Houston in 2023 last year. So, how did you? I guess you did damage in Mexico. How did you end up getting a chance to come back here with the Astros?
Honestly, it was because of Dana Brown. You know, Dana Brown he's kind of been around. He's kind of known me for a while. You know, he called me at some point last year, and we just kind of made things work. And you know, I'm grateful that I'm here again.
Yeah, and Dana Brown, the general manager here with the Astros, and last year I know you got to play for Dusty Baker in his final season as manager. Dusty's a really great guy. What was it like just being able to play for such a legend?
It's great. I can't say, you know, nice things about Dusty. You know, I've learned a lot. I could definitely tell you that I learned a lot being around Dusty.
Cool. And you know, there's not a lot of Afro Americans in the game right now. It's been like that for a while. Something that I've done reporting on for a while. But you know, you're the only Afro American player on the Astros right now. Some teams don't even have one. But what's it like, you know, to be the only Afro American player on the team, and you know, you're able to represent for the kids who may tune in Houston and see you?
I just try to go out and be the best human I can be. You know, play baseball hard, play it the right way, and let the chips fall where they may.
A couple more for you. Who in your career in the MLB has been the toughest pitcher you've had to face?
Toughest pitcher I've had to face. I can go with just as far as recently, Logan Gilbert, you know, from Seattle, and Kirby as well. They're very, very good pitchers.
Okay. And who is the most talented player that you've been around, I'll say?
that I've been. I would say Jose Altuve.
Okay, Jose Altuve. Definitely, no doubt about it. And last one, you all are playing here in the Bronx to get the Yankees, big rivalry, and you all have got off to a slow start this year. So, but what's it like to first be in Yankee Stadium, and what do you think you all have to do to get the ship righted this year?
You know, it's lovely baseball anytime you come to New York to play. So, you know, we're always happy about that. And as far as us playing, you know, we just got to go out there and take our time. You know, inning by inning, game by game. Can't do too much.
All right, folks. Jon Singleton, Houston Astros slugger. Thank you very much, man.
Definitely,
Appreciate
thank you.
All right, folks, we're back.